Welcome back. Today we'll be teaching a beginner mat with foam roller. We'll use the foam roller as much as possible during our 50-minute session today. You'll also need a set of 2 or 3 pound hand weights for when we get to our arm work down the road. All right, so we are starting with a warm-up today. We're going to start with the chest curl. So we'll place hands behind the head stacked. Your feet are resting into the roller. Try to stabilize the roller, activating back of the thighs, stabilizing the pelvis. If you're unsure of where to place the roller, it's about 2 large hands distance forward of the glutes. So we'll contract our abs, exhale, chest curl forward, inhale, lower about 3/4 of the way back. So continuing to flow. So pulling abs in from below the belly button, engaging across the waist, exhale to curl up. Inhale to lower 3/4 of the way back. So once again, stabilizing those shoulders, activating underneath underarms, exhaling up, inhaling back, pressing feet lightly to the roller to activate back of the thighs to get a deeper connection right below the belly button. Contract, lift for 3. Inhale down. Abs pull in, we have 2. Inhale, lower. Now last rep here, let's lift up to the top and hold. We'll lower half, still stabilizing pelvis to exhale, contract, lift. So super slow controlled movement. Try to find a quiver in the core before lifting up. So all strength, no momentum. There we go. Abs pull in, engaging through both sides of the waist to lift. Inhale down. Abs pull in, exhale, lift. Remember, if at any point you need to take a rest on your own, please lower down and then come right back into position. Last 2. Inhale down. Exhale, hug and lift. Last rep here. Abs pull in, exhale, lift to the top and hold. So go ahead and extend that right arm long by the hip with the palm facing the ceiling. We're going to keep our chest curl high, slowly raising the right arm up to 90 degrees. Keep that chest curl high to slowly lower the arm back to hip line. So rounding forward, scooping deeper, reaching the arm out as you slowly raise up, then slowly lower back down. So really taking your time, you should feel that arm raise through your abs all the way up to the sternum, and then slowly lower arm back down. Continuing to press feet into the roller to stabilize pelvis to gain a deeper connection into the core muscles, and lower the arm back down. Last rep to this side. Lifting the arm up, we'll lower the arm back down. Bring the arm back up to 90 degrees. Place the hand behind the head. Lower chest and head down to give the neck a rest. When ready, scoop abdominals in to chest curl forward. This time extending the left arm long. Go ahead, extending arm down by hip, palm to ceiling. Bring the arm up as you exhale. Inhale, lower back down. Remember, the slowest raise possible. You're rounding the sternum forward as you raise the arm up. You're keeping the chest curl to lower the arm down. Reaching the shoulder down the back as you raise the arm up, and then slowly lowering the arm back down. Remember, pressing feet heavier to the roller will give you a deeper connection. Rounding forward as you raise that arm up, slowly lowering back down. Last rep here, contract, lift, contract to lower, keeping that chest curl super high, raising the left arm back up to 90 degrees, place the hand behind the head, lower chest and head down. We'll go ahead and rest the hands down to the hips. Good. Let's take a warm up for our spine. So if the roller has moved forward at all, you'll bring the roller back in. We'll start with our pelvic tilts. So we're contracting the abs from below the belly button, pressing feet into the roller, curling pubic bone under, and then release right back down to the mat. So scoop the abs, contract to tuck pelvis, closing top of the ribs to hips, and then releasing tailbone back to the mat. Continuing to flow, reaching those arms really long so shoulders reach to the waist. Good. Release, tail to mat. Pressing feet equally to roller, closing ribs to hips. Prepping for our bridge. Abs pulling in, so stabilizing that roller, scooping the abs, closing the ribs to tuck pubic bone under. Then slowly release back to the mat. We have 4. Abs pulling in, ribs pulling down. Release, tail back to the mat, so creating that space in between hips and ribs. Contract, tuck, scoop. Activate back of the thighs. Slowly resist back down. Last rep here, scoop the abs, tuck the pelvis, release tail back to the mat. When ready, we will take it up to the full bridge. If the roller has moved forward, bring the roller back in. Scoop the abs, activate back of the thighs, tuck pubic bone under to ceiling, slowly peel up bone by bone. Hold it at the top. Now close the top of the ribs to hips, pull the abs in, lift them up. Now pull the tail long to the roller, pull heels to glutes as you tuck pelvis, round into your upper back, tucking deeper the middle back, the lower back, all of the way back to your neutral. Scoop the abs in, contract in to peel up. So tucking under as deeply as you can, closing ribs to hips, pulling abs in from below the belly button, then stretch the spine forward as you retuck and round into your upper. Tucking deeper, rounding down to the mat, middle, lower, all of the way back to neutral. Stabilizing roller, continue to flow on your own. So tuck, scoop, peel up, lift, retuck and round all of the way back down. Bone by bone, reaching that tail long, abs pulling in, pressing the feet heavy, tucking the pelvis, peeling up, lifting, activate the glutes at the top, then retuck and print, rounding into your upper, your middle, your lower, all of the way back down, continuing to reach the arms long, making any adjustments that you need with rollers. So it wants to roll forward, but you have to continue to activate hamstrings and glutes to keep that roller stable. So you may have to roll it back to you at some point. Abs pulling in, contract, peel up, lift, stabilizing roller, activate glutes at the top. Now retuck pelvis and print and round all of the way back down. Let's bring it up to the top and hold. So scoop the abs, tuck the pelvis, lift and hold. Now round down to the last rib. Now press both feet equally into the roller to hug and lift. Inhale, round down. Abs pull in, exhale, hug, lift. Continuing to flow. Inhale, round. Pressing both feet equally to exhale, hug, lift. Inhale, round. Abs pull in, activate both glutes equally to lift. You're trying to find a quiver in the glutes, so put it all into the glutes by pressing the feet heavy, then extending back up. Rounding down, imprinting to the belly button, scooping the abs, activate the glutes to lift. We have 4. Activating both glutes equally, pressing heels heavy, exhale, hug, lift. 3. Closing ribs to hips, scooping abs in and up. Last 2. Rounding down, arms reaching long, keeping shoulders on the back. Last rep here, rounding down, activate glutes, lift up to the top and hold. So hold it here. Find that fire in the glutes. We're holding here for 8, 7, 6, abs in, 5, glutes up, 4, 3, 2, round all of the way down super slowly. Nice. Bring the knees in, grab a hold of the shins, give yourself a nice hug. Go. So rocking side to side. We will take a spinal twist next before we start back up with more abdominal work. So go ahead and replace feet to roller. If you need to roll the roller back in, you can roll it back in. We'll take the arms out to a T on your mat. We'll drop the knees over to your left side and then twist spine and gaze to your right. So tuck the pelvis lightly here. Activate the right obliques. Close top of the ribs to hips to keep the spine safe. Continue to reach the arms out long. You have energy reaching through fingertips, just allowing the chest to melt down into the mat. Good. Last breath here. Big inhale. Try to twist the spine a little deeper as you exhale. Then use the abdominal connection to bring knees back up through center. Drop knees over to the right, twisting spine and gaze to the left. So tucking the pelvis, closing the ribs. Good. Keeping left obliques and abs connected to keep the lower back safe. Just releasing arms out to the side, relaxing tension in the upper body and neck. Good. Last breath here. Big inhale. And exhale. Bringing the knees back up to center, resetting for our next round of ab work. All right, so let's go ahead and extend our arms straight up to 90 degrees. We're coming into 100 preps. So the palms will face forward to your thighs. So contract the abs. We're going to activate underneath the underarms. Exhale, chest curl forward and hold. So in your chest curl, make sure that you have a fist distance of space in between chin and chest. Now curl higher as you resist the arms back to 90, lower chest and head last. Activate underneath underarms, scoop abdominals in to chest curl forward, exhale, air out. Inhale, release arms back up to 90, lower the chest, resist down last. Exhale, contract in to curl up, hands to hips. Opening through collar, inhale, reach arms out, lift them up, lower chest and head. Continue to flow. Remember, slower movement is better. Exhale up. Inhale, release back to 90, lower chest and head. Abs pulling in, continuing to press feet into roller to keep back of the thighs active to keep pelvis stable. Releasing the arms back up, lower chest and head. Last 2 reps here before we take it into hundreds. Exhale up. Inhale, resist back, lower chest and head. Now last rep here, we'll curl up to the top and hold. Now we're going to pump the arms up and down for hundreds. So inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So curl higher, scoop the abs deeper as you inhale. Open the collar, exhale, pump the air out. And breathing, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale through the nose, open up the collar, reach the arms longer, exhale through the mouth. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue to pump, pumping from underneath underarms. You should feel each pump into your abdominal wall. Last 3. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. Curling higher. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last rep. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Raise the arms up, lower down. Bring knees in, grab a hold of the shins, give yourself a big hug, rocking side to side. All right, so next position, arm work. So we're going to step off of our mats and lay our roller down. So put the mat down, the roller down at the center of the mat. And then when you lie back on the roller, you're going to have tailbone on one end and then head on other end, still facing the same direction. Good. So go ahead and take it all the way back to the roller, using your core muscles to lie back down. The knees are bent, feet are flat to the mat. So we will take a little stretch before getting started with arms. So we'll lower the head down all of the way, take the arms out to just a T position and hold. So palms to the ceiling. Let's talk about the spinal position during our arm work. So make sure that you're not arching the back from the roller. So keep those ribs nice and tight, pull the abs in. You might have to tuck the pubic bone lightly. Let's take a few deep breaths here to release chest and pecs. So really big inhale. Stretch the arms even longer as you exhale, just allowing the arms to fall to your mat. Last couple of breaths here. Really big inhale. Stretch arms out longer as you exhale. Last breath here. Nice big inhale. Reach arms out longer as you exhale. All right, so grabbing your 2 or 3 pound weights in hand, let's extend the arms straight up to 90 degrees. Now take the arms out to a T. Now flex underneath the underarms to exhale, right back up to 90, but stop at the head of the shoulders. So inhale, slowly resist, stretching the arms out. Now scoop abs in and up, exhale, close arms back in. So really slow, really controlled, stretching chest and pecs to open to your T. Now flexing underneath underarms to close back in. Good, continuing to flow with arms. Let's check in with abs. So pulling abs in, closing ribs down, engaging at both sides of the waist to hug back in. Using the breath, inhale to stretch. Flex underneath the underarms to exhale, hug back up. Last 3 here. Inhale, take it out. Flex underneath underarms to exhale, hug back in. Last 2. Pressing both feet equal to the mat to activate back of the thighs to stabilize and work deeper into your core. Last rep here. Inhale to stretch out. Flex underneath underarms. Exhale, hug back in and hold. Flip the palms forward. Now lower the arms down to the hip line. Now reach shoulder blades down the back to stretch the arms back up to 90. Inhale, lowering the arms down to hip line, pulling abs in, closing ribs tight to exhale, back up. Inhale to lower. Anchoring the feet to the mat, activate back of the thighs. Abs pull in to exhale up. Good. Inhaling down. We are flowing through reps of 10. Exhale back up. Good. Last 5. As you raise the arms up, reach shoulders to waist, flexing underneath underarms for 4. Abs pulling in, so press those heels heavier into the mat before you lift. Exhale, lift. Last 3. Inhale down, closing ribs to hips, scooping abs in and up. 2. You're looking for that co-contraction through the front and back of the arm. Exhale, hug, lift. Last rep here. Inhale down to the hip line. Abs pull in, ribs pull tight. Exhale, back up. Flip the palms in to face one another. Now open the arms out for circles. Circle down to the hip line. Keep palms facing in towards one another to raise back up to 90. Opening out, stretching chest and pecs, hugging into hips. So drop the shoulders down, scoop the abs in, circle the arms out. Shoulders stay on the back, so never allowing the arms to circle back behind shoulders. So just straight up above the shoulder line, then circle out to the side, around and in. Trying to keep shoulders stable, so continuing to activate underneath underarms, activating those lat and serratus muscles if you are familiar. Good. Continuing to close the ribs to hips, continuing to scoop abs in and up, then stretch chest and pecs. Circle around and hug in. We have 4. Blades reach down, arms raise up, circle out to the side, around and in. 3. Contracting underneath underarms, abs lifting in and up for 2. Good. Circling out, down, around, and back in. Last rep here. Circling all the way out, around, all the way up, back to 90. Now reverse, so lower the arms to hip line. Now circle arms out to the side, up and in. Good. Relaxing forearms, so if you have a tight grip of that weight, relax that grip, engage above the elbow to shoulder. Good. Keep those arms straight without locking elbows. Reach the shoulders down to circle back up and in. Good. Abs continue to pull in, feet continue to press down, ribs continue to pull the hips. Really reaching arms long as you circle around, up and in. Good. Slowly resisting down. Slowly opening out, resisting up, hugging in. Last 3. Abs pulling in and up. 2. Last rep here. Super slow, super controlled. Bring it all the way up and to 90. Hold. Now flip the palms to face forward. Chest press, so bending elbows to shoulder line. Now push up straight above the shoulders. So continue to flow. Just make sure that when you extend the arms up, that you're extending directly above the shoulder line, not tapping weights at center. And then try to retract shoulders to your back. Yeah, so that you're not rounding shoulders forward. Once again, you are looking for that co-contraction through the front and rear part of your shoulder. So creating balance in the upper body. Good, we have 5 here. You might have a little quiver at this point in those anterior deltoids, the front deltoid, chest, pecs, biceps. Abs pull in, so contract abs with lats, your stabilizers. Good. Ribs pull tight, abs lift up. Exhale, following the breath. Inhale down, retracting shoulders to your back to exhale up. Last 2. Abs pulling in, arms extending up. Last rep here. Extend the arms up and hold. Now lower arms down for our last set. Flip palms up to the ceiling, hug elbows to waist. Now curl up about 3/4 of the way, and now lengthen back out. We'll do about 15 curls for the biceps. So contract the biceps before you curl. Good. And then extend and stretch back out. So try to time your abdominal connection with your bicep connection. Inhale to extend. Wrists stay straight to exhale, hug, bend. Remember, only curling your arms as far forward as you still have a connection in your biceps. So not curling so far forward that you have a rest. Stay active. So curling in about 3/4 of the way, then extending the arms right back down to hips. Try to activate right and left side together as one. So not allowing your stronger side to take over. Lifting pelvic floor up to curl. Inhale to extend. Contract abs to exhale, curl in. We have 5. Abs pull in, ribs pull down. Good. Last 4. Contract, scoop, curl. Last 3. Abs pull in, contract, curl. 2. Contract, curl. Last rep here. Abs pull in, ribs pull tight, contract, curl. All right, we'll go ahead and rest the weights to your side, so to the side of the roller, to the mat. Now we're coming into foam angels, so go ahead and come into like a goalpost style arm. So palms to the ceiling. Good. Allow gravity to pull the forearms down towards the mat. Now hug elbows to your waist. And now reach arms back behind. So elbows back behind the head. Yeah. Reaching elbows into waist. And then taking the arms back behind the head. So not holding the arms up with chest and pecs, but allowing gravity to pull the arms towards your mat. Yeah, to release chest, pecs, the front deltoid. Good. We have 5. You're massaging in between shoulders. Good. Keeping those abs connected for 4. And hug. 3. Hugging elbows to waist. Last 2. Last rep here. Now go ahead and rest the hands down next to hips on the mat. All right, so moving back into leg work. So keep the left foot heavy to the mat. Use your abs to bring the right knee over the hip to Pilates tabletop. Let's extend the right leg up to 90 degrees and hold. We're going to do a single leg lower lift. So point your right toes, lower the leg away super slowly to 45 degrees. Now anchor the left heel, flex the right heel, exhale, bring the leg back to 90. Point the toes, lower the leg away. No external rotation, so staying neutral. Now flex the heels, close the ribs to hips. This is also deep transverse abdominal work if you can tap into that connection. So inhale to reach out, anchor the heel, flex, exhale, hug, lift. Good. Inhale to lower down. Anchoring the left heel, flexing right heel to exhale, close ribs, contract abs to lift. We have 4 reps here. Inhale to stretch and reach. Anchor the left heel, flex right heel, exhale, contract abs to lift. Last 3. Inhale to lower down. Ribs tighten, abs pull in, flex the heel to exhale, hug, lift. Last 2. Inhale to reach. Close the ribs, scoop the abs, exhale to hug, lift. Inhale, reaching down. Ribs pull tight, abs pull in, exhale, hug, lift. Last rep here. So inhale, lower down. Abs pull in, exhale, hug, lift, hold at 90 degrees. You're going to point the toes for single leg circles. So we're going to make circles about the size of a beach ball. So cross the right leg over the midline, circle down around to hip line and back up. So just 5 in each direction. Inhale, cross over, lower down, exhale, hug and lift. We have 3, super slow, super controlled, hugging that left femur bone to center line, continuing to anchor left heel to help with stability, pulling the abs in to help circle that femur bone around. Finishing that last circle in this direction, we'll bring the leg back up to 90, hold, now reverse, circle out to hip line, then cross that femur bone around center and back up. Trying to stay neutral, getting rid of any external, using abs and obliques to circle femur bone around. Last 2, hugging that left leg into midline. Last rep here. Abs pull in, circle leg up to 90 degrees, bend the knee, place the foot back down to the mat. Changing sides, so closing ribs, resetting, scooping abs, bending knee in, extending the leg up, point the toes, lower that left leg away to 45. Flex the heel, scoop the abs, anchor right heel to mat to lift. So inhale, point to reach. Closing the ribs, scooping the abs, exhale, hug and lift. Point, lower the leg away. Scoop the abs, anchor the heel, flex, hug, slowly lift. Good. Continuing to flow. Just make sure that you're not using all quad and hip flexor to bring the leg up. Tap into your abdominals, so engaging below the belly button, pulling that connection all the way up to sternum, engaging both sides of waist. Last 4. Inhale to stretch. Close ribs to hips. Scoop abs, flex left heel, hug and lift. 3. Anchoring right heel to the mat, hugging right femur bone into the midline. Last 2. Anchor the heels, scoop the abs, flex, exhale, hug, lift. Last rep here. Point to lower, close the ribs, scoop the abs, exhale, hug and lift. Point the left toes for those single leg circles. So cross the leg over the center line, scoop the abs to circle back up. Remember, the circles are about the size of a beach ball. You want to remain stable on your roller. So if you're moving too quickly or your circles are too large, you will lose stability. So move from your core. Inhale, cross over. Exhale, hug, lift. Last rep in this direction. Bringing the leg all the way to 90 degrees and hold. Now reverse. Circle out to the hip line, then cross over the midline. There we go. Reaching the leg out, scooping the abs in, activating those obliques to help stabilize. Continuing to press that right heel to the mat as you hug right femur bone to midline. Good, last circle here. Go ahead, bring it back to 90, bend the knee, place the foot back down to the mat, and then we're carefully going to roll off to either side so that we're able to remove the roller. We'll take a couple stretches here. So we are going to take a lateral stretch and a twist. So we're seated on our mat. You're going to bring your legs back to the mat. Knees are bent. Good. We'll start with our lateral stretch first. So we're going to bring that right elbow down to the mat directly underneath our shoulder, not collapsing in that right side, but pushing up and lifting from right side. Now press both sides of the feet down and then reach left arm overhead so that you get that side stretch through the left side wall. We'll hold here for a few breaths. So we're still pressing down from that right forearm. We're scooping the abs in, flexing underneath right underarm to create our stretch in the left side. So try to reach that left hip down towards the mat. Try to press that left leg into the mat. We'll take another breath here. So really big inhale, filling up the lungs. Now exhale, stretch deeper, hold. We're taking it into a twist. So rotate left forearm forward, just reach that left arm towards the mat and hold here. So we have that nice stretch through the upper spine, that twist and rotation, just holding here. Taking a few deep breaths. With each exhalation, try to twist a little deeper. Try to release tension. So keeping shoulders down on both sides. Try to relax the left hip flexor. Last breath here, really big inhale. Twisting deeper as you exhale. And then we'll go ahead, carefully de-rotate the spine first, scoop the abs and obliques to pull the body up. We'll swing the legs around to the other side. Good, so starting with the lateral stretch, knees are bent. Good, left elbow lines up directly under left shoulder. Now reach right arm up and over, stretching out off of that right hip, underneath right shoulder, in between right ribs. Hold here. So relaxing the feet and legs to the mat, relaxing hip flexors on both sides, relaxing legs on both sides, actively pressing that right hip bone to the mat so you get that opposition in that right side wall, so splitting at the waist and holding here. Flexing underneath that left underarm and lifting up off of that left side, not allowing the body to collapse. We'll take one last breath in this position before adding the twist. All right, we'll go ahead and rotate towards the mat with that right arm. Good. All right, so taking that spinal twist. Good. So you can press that right palm into the mat and like traction the hand back, that heel of the hand back, pulling that shoulder back to create a deeper twist. Remember, just relaxing legs, relaxing hip flexors, and just continuing to fall deeper into your twist. Shoulders down on both sides. Good. Last breath here, really big inhale. Twisting deeper as you exhale. All right, and we're going to transition into side lying. So just de-rotate spine. We're going to lie on our left side. So lying all the way down to the mat, scooting back to the back edge of the mat, bringing both legs forward and lower them down. All right, so let's target the side of the glute. So lower leg rests down. We're going to flex the top heel. Let's rotate toes to the floor, activate top glute to lift the femur bone up and lower back down. Good. Abs pull in. We're contracting the right glute to lift and slowly lower. So still working on pelvic stability here, stabilizing those hips. So not allowing that top hip to rotate back. That's why we want to keep that internal rotation of femur bone at hip so that we stay in the glute zone, not the low back zone. So follow your deepest connection. The leg lifts just a bit above hip, yeah, but not so high that you start to get into that hip flexor and quad range. So be aware of your movement. So mindful movement, working that right glute, side glute, that glute med. Last two, contract the obliques, contract the right glute. Last rep here. Good, now lower the leg down to the hip line. Let's pulse up, contract. Contract right obliques, abs, right shoulder reaching down. Remember, releasing the quad, tapping deeper into the right glute, continuing to lift abs in and up. Contract. 5, slow. Contract. 4. Contract. 3. Contract. 2. Last rep here. We'll lower down, taking a quick break. And we'll come back up to finish with circles today. So go ahead and lift that femur bone back up, that leg back up. Let's stick with the size of beach balls. So keep that internal rotation. We'll circle back first today. So circle back. Good. Follow your deepest range of motion. So remember, pure pelvic stability, pure spinal stability, a lot of obliques here. The abs pulling in to contract, rotate, circle back. Right shoulder reaches down. Yes. Abs continue to pull in and up. Contracting right obliques. For 4, slow and controlled. Putting all of that leg weight into your glute. Last 2, slow and controlled. Last rep here. Let's reverse. So circle forward, down and back. Super slow, super controlled. So keep that internal rotation. Contract the right obliques, pulling the abs in and up to power your circles. We have 4, so slow. 3, 2, last rep here, lower down. We're going to lie prone on our stomach, starting with a little bit of Swan prep today. So we'll stack the hands one on top of the other. We will keep the arms rested to the mat today. So let's make sure that the body is set up correctly before getting started. We always talk about upper back extension, not lower back compression. So less is more. So let's tuck pelvis under. Your legs are about hips distance apart. We're going to press tops of the feet down, pull abs and pelvic floor up. You're pressing the arms down into the mat to lift the chest up. Shoulders reach down the back and then slowly lower back down. Forehead can rest all the way to hands, adding the breath. So inhale, filling up to the lungs to assist with the lift. And now exhale, lower back down. Very nice. Tucking the pelvis, scooping the abs. The arms can slide in to give you a higher lift if needed. And then exhale, lower back down. Let's count 3 reps here. So 3, tuck the pelvis, scoop the abs, drop the blades, press arms down to lift chest up, lower and resist. Abs pull in, pubic bone to mat. 2, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. As long as you are not feeling any lower back compression, we're going to lift up and hold. So pull your sternum forward, drop your shoulders down. We're holding here for 4. Remember, the neck is in line with the spine for 3. Abs pulling in and up for 2. We'll lower back down on 1. Always countering our extension with flexion. So we'll sit back to a child's pose to stretch the low back. Holding here for a few deep breaths. Reaching the arms forward to stretch underneath shoulders. Good. Sending hips back to stretch out that lower back. Making sure that the back is safe after that extension. All right, we're going to flip around for the second side of side lying. So right side down, left side up. Remember, always starting with the body at the back edge of the mat. Good. Now lift the legs up, bring them forward to the front corner of the mat and lower down. All right, so keeping those hips nice and square, rotating that left shoulder blade back. Let's go ahead, flex that top heel, rotate femur bone forward, toes to the floor, activate the glute to hug and lift and lower. So contract the abs, contract left obliques, releasing the quad. So pulling the abs in, activate both sides of the waist to lift, slowly lower. Good, putting all of that leg weight into the left glute. So releasing quad and hip flexor, contract, hug, lift, slowly lower. Taking your time. Good, we have 3, slow and control. Good, if you feel a sway in the back, you might need to tuck the pelvis to protect your lower back. It should be in the waistline, not the low back. Good, now last rep, we're going to lift the leg up half for our little pulses. So drop down and lift. Lower, hug, lift. Staying within your most active range. So we're pulling the abs in, we're contracting left obliques, we're putting all of our leg weight into our left glute. Hug, lift. Slow and controlled, contract, lift. Last 3, slow. Abs pull in, left glute active for 2. Last rep here. Lower the leg down and hold. So lower the leg down and hold. Take a little break. When ready, we are going to start back up with those circles the size of a beach ball. So we will circle back first today. So circle the femur bone back, around, down, and in. Maintaining that internal rotation. Activating the left glute. Activating the left obliques to stabilize pelvis and spine. Circle back slow. Good. Circle back. We have 5. Slow. Stabilizing spine and pelvis for 4. So a lot of core work here, guys, if you make it. So turn those abs on to power the circle of the femur bone. Last rep here. Circle back, hold. Now reverse forward. So circle forward. Abs pull in, contract, circle. Super slow, super controlled. Very nice. Left obliques active, abs active, left glute hopefully quivering at this point for 4, slow and controlled. 3, abs pulling in. Last rep here. Lower the leg down. Good. Let's go ahead, flip over to hands and knees. We're going to come into our planking now. So we'll drop down to our forearms. The elbows are going to come directly underneath the shoulders and hold. So we're still working on that kneeling plank position. We're holding here. So we're tucking the pelvis under. We're pulling that pubic bone under to sternum. Remember, we want a nice long line in the spine, so no rounding in the upper back. So pull your sternum forward and pull your shoulders to your waist. So press your elbows down into the mat and traction them back towards you as you scoop abs in and up. Good. We're pressing the femur bones down and top of the feet down to find a deeper connection in your abdominal wall. So that press into the mat should allow you to pull the abs in and up. We're holding here for 10, dropping shoulders down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sitting back for child's pose, taking a little rest, reaching arms forward, stretching underneath shoulders and low back, taking a few deep breaths. We will hold one last set of 30. When ready, take your time. There's no rush, but when ready to set back up, elbows are directly underneath shoulders. Good. Hips drop down. Yeah, so keeping that pubic bone tucked lightly so that you do not end up with any compression in your lower back. Remember, shoulders, ribs, hips. So elbows press down. Good. Shoulders pull down, abs lift in and up. We're pressing femur bones and shins and tops of the feet down to find a deeper abdominal connection, lifting abs and pelvic floor in and up. Good. Dropping shoulders to waist. We're holding here for 10. Abs in. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, tucking under, scooping abs in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sitting the hips back. Taking a child's pose. We will flow through cat-cow to finish tonight. So we'll go ahead, bring the shoulders over the wrist. Good. Arms extend long. Make sure that the knees are lined up underneath hips. Move your knees forward, Natalie. Even more. Yeah. All right. So go ahead. Let's start with a little flexion. So round the spine. Let's sit the hips back that half so you get that low back stretch after the planking. So pressing hands into the mat to drop the shoulders, using your abs to tuck the pelvis deeper to create a deeper stretch in that lower lumbar. Now use your abs to bring the hips over the knees. Now extend. Drop hips down, extend through ribs and waist. Now scoop the abs in, drop the chin, tuck the pelvis, sit the hips back to find that stretch in your lower back. Now pull the hips over the knees, extend the spine, drop hips down, extend through ribs, extend through waist. Good, let's flow through 2 more. So scoop the abs, round the back, sit the hips back. Good, drop the shoulders down, pressing heel of the hands to the mat. And then pull the hip bones over the knee line, extend the spine, rotate blades back. We'll take 1 last rep. So scoop the abs, tuck the pelvis, sit the hips back. And we'll finish in that extension and just hold. So tilt the hip bones forward, drop the shoulders down. You're pressing heel of the hands down into the mat to retract the blades back, to pull sternum forward, creating that space in our upper back and spine, keeping the abs connected so that we do not compress into the lower back, but just creating space above the waist to ribs to shoulders. We're holding here for 3, abs pulling in and up for 2, and 1. Moving into a neutral position, we're going to step off of our mat and take a roll down to finish up. So we'll separate our feet about hips distance apart, stretching our arms out to a T, raising them up to 90 degrees, scoop the abs and roll down. So holding the roll down, bringing the weight forward to the balls of the feet. Remember, the knees are soft. We're allowing the spine to traction, the neck to traction, releasing any tension we may have created. When ready, scoop the abs, tuck the pelvis, slowly round back up to top, and relax. Nice job. Thanks for joining us.